The Witch of the West is dead, though. Kevyn Adams, no longer the Sabres GM. Big times here in Buffalo. We're starting with the Sabres today. Welcome into the latest edition of the Buffalonian Podcast. I'm Joe Cali. As always, I'm joined by none other than Dom Loss. Gonna hit with a copyright claim for that one for sure, but you gotta roll with the punches for an announcement this big, right? Like, how long have we been sitting here talking about it? How long have we been fantasizing, hoping just that one day, the Sabres would make the move, take power away from Kevyn Adams, and especially with the hiring of Kekalainen, it seemed like it was in the future, and we got there officially. We are there on December 16th, 2025, December 15th, really, when it happened. So listen, same day Tony Stark's parents were killed in Civil War. Things just happened on December 16th. All right. So, Dom, we'll start off with the Sabres just to get this out of the way, and then we'll recap the Bills' insane win over the Patriots down in that 21-0 deficit. What do you, when you saw the banner come across your phone there, letting you know what happened? I don't know. Was I the one that told you?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you saw my text come through,
I was in the
phone,
sauna at the gym.
Oh, okay. You were heating up. You probably got a little warm after that with excitement, huh? How'd you feel?
Perked up.
Yeah.
Helped me get to the last couple minutes. But, yeah, I mean, feels like this was a long time coming.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that, there's the fear of all the rumors circling, and then they win their last 3 games on the road trip, and it sucks to be root against your own team, but you're kind of like, man, they do like really well to this road trip. Is he gonna keep his job? Like, and it seems that from all accounts that he pretty much the decision was already made before they won the road trip, and it didn't matter if they went undefeated or lost every single game, or what they did was go 500. So I don't know. It's good to see. I mean, it sucks that someone loses their job. Like, I'm not gonna like dance. I'm not gonna slowly dance on his grave.
We pretty much just did.
Did he deserve to lose his job? Absolutely.
He deserved to lose his job 4 years ago.
I just think it's inaction. I think the biggest problem in the Kevyn Adams tenure is, what move was Kevin's move? Like, it felt like, okay, he makes the Malestein trade. That's Lindy was interested in that guy. Makes the Greenway trade, Granato, like a lot of Granato move. Like, how like every move's like, that's a Granato move. That's a Lindy route move.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, the Doan, Kessling, it's like, that's kind of an analytical move, right? Those are kind of dudes that had really good underlying metrics and all that. Like, it's hard to be like, it feels like to me, I think you agree with me, like, he just seemed like the ultimate yes man.
Yeah, it was just kind of he was a figurehead almost, kind of like the British royal family.
No, a figurehead is a really good way to look at it, because it seems that Kekalainen already in like his first press conference, and we'll see how truthful this is, talking about, they're gonna have all the resources and they're gonna be able to spend the cap. That seems like a little shot at Terry to spend. So I mean, we'll see, but like that, I don't know. Did Kevyn Adams really have the ability to manage the owner?
Maybe he didn't, and I mean, everything we heard through the grapevine and just rumor wise, right, was the whole question, like Terry, president of hockey operations, like someone was interested. I am the president of hockey operations, right? We hear he says that. Like, it feels like we watched a billionaire's passion project go down the drain for too long, where now we're gonna hopefully see him take the step back, let the GM operate the team, and go from there. I'm not saying,
to his credit, it seems like that.
It does.
It still seems like they're going to fill the president of hockey ops now that Kekalainen's a GM.
Sure. And there are already rumors,
a lot of rumors about that, which we don't have to get into.
We're not going to report on that yet, until it becomes official. But you're right. I agree with you.
Like, part of the GM, part of being a general manager of a team, it's not just putting the players together or managing the roster. It's first off, you legitimately are the figurehead of the organization.
You're the face of the franchise.
Like, you are the face of the front office. I don't know if franchise.
I guess the entire thing is the franchise. Sure. I mean, when you think of the Sabres, you think of the owner, GM, and then the coach and the players, right? Depending on, I guess it's a little
different in hockey. So yeah, that's probably true. But like, at least the face of the front office, right? And so you have to manage that, and you have to manage your relationship with the owner. And it feels like Kevin just didn't quite have the stones to push Terry enough on what contracts need to be like, right? More front loaded. He didn't feel like they needed to do that. You see that with all the new trades. I mean, all the new signings, and that's maybe what Tuck is looking at. And maybe Kekalainen has a different opinion on that. And I think so. Number one is that it just feel like he was more of a figurehead than an actual GM, more of a yes man. And two, it's just inaction. Like, like Kevyn Adams has his wins, right?
Sure, he's had a couple good wins.
He's had a couple good wins, and he's had a couple good draft picks.
Inaction, inactivity, though, you're absolutely right. He had a whole press conference
how many
about
losing streaks? How many losing streaks?
Oh yeah,
like 6+.
Last year was the culmination 13 game slide where he has a press conference after the fact later in the season saying inactivity was the mistake there. And inactivity, can't have inactivity.
I mean,
the entire offseason was inactivity. This season has been inactivity. Like, and again, it could be a handcuffing thing. I don't know. But I just know.
But that's on him.
You can only say it for so long and not end up getting called out for it. Like, you're just, it's the definition. We were operating under the definition of pure insanity, just doing the same thing over and over and over and over again and expecting a different result each time. And hopefully that stops here. And I think that's where. Did you catch any of Kekalainen's press conference? I mean,
seemed very direct, very confident.
He's known to be a little more aggressive, take the big swings, and
but I'll say this: doesn't it kind of feel like he's kind of like the guy? He's the guy.
Oh yeah,
right. It's
he's
like
the man.
He's the one that's going to be making a lot of the big decisions.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't feel that way of Kevyn Adams. And to your point about we could blame Terry Pegula, and sure he has some blame of the whole maybe not spending the cap, maybe not doing all that, but if you have a good product, people will be more than willing to invest the resources, aka money, into the product.
Mm-hmm.
Kevyn Adams never gave Terry Pegula really the team or the roster to be like, you know what, I really should spend the $6 million we're not spending. Or you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a big part of this is that, yeah, okay, that's an excuse maybe for the first couple of years, but it's up to you to build a team that's like, hey, I could go to the owner now when I have leverage to be like, I need more money. Look at what I'm producing with this. But I don't feel like he ever would have been able to ever do that. And I don't know, it's unfortunate. Listen, again, he's made some good moves, but also like when people were like today being like, oh, he actually has some decent draft picks. Like look at Austin, Rosine, and obviously Kulik with the book class. It's a little bit like, I don't know, man. Like look at who has he picked outside of the first round?
Yeah,
Kozak, and Kozak is a nice player. He's a bottom 6 forward.
Not great.
Like
he's not good.
Like after the first line, out of the first round, it's bad.
Mm-hmm.
And like these guys have taken a long time to develop, which is true in an NHL. But it's also kind of like, other than Benson, like you didn't really get anyone with an immediate impact. I mean, Power 1 year and then came over, but it just kind of like the inability to maybe use one of those guys as a chip. And listen, they did trade Savoy, but it's like they could have done another one of those type of trades, it felt like, and they never did.
Yeah, and I mean, could have, should have, inactivity. I think that might be the best word to sum up the tenure. I mean,
what do you think the nail in the head was? The nail in the coffin?
Well, I mean, the nail on the coffin. There's so many things you can point to.
There's so many things, but there's got to
be one.
And it has to be this season.
Yeah, it has to be recent. So it can't be anything. It's got to be the 3 goalie rotation.
I think it was Lindy starting to send some signals up.
Well, 100. I agree with you on that. I think the 3 goalie rotation was part of those.
3 goalie rotation, the
Ostlund decision. I think that may have been the straw, like the singular straw, that the last feather to fall on the pile of rocks and topple it.
Now I don't know how true that is, because if all the rumors are like they were ready before the road trip to make this decision, that happened during the road trip.
Right. That's why I think it's more the 3 goalie thing. It could be.
I think,
right?
But that's another thing with Adams. It's like you mismanage the roster with these 3 goalies that neither one of them all that good, so it's not worth having the roster spot.
No.
And Austin had been playing well, and you send him down. Immediately, he scores on his next game back, which is funny. But then it's also like this whole Alex Tuch situation, right? Which we actually get into a little bit more about what we think Kekalainen's going to do. But like this whole situation is very easily avoided if like I felt like Kekalainen was in charge in the summer.
If Kekalainen's in charge in the summer, Alex Tuch's re-signed already. Or traded.
Already.
There's already a definitive on what's going on with him. And Kekalainen referenced it in the press conference, saying he likes Alex Tuch, very talented player, and they're going to restart those talks. He's taken over, and it takes 2 to tango. So we're going to see what ends up happening there. I mean, I take him a lot more seriously already than I ever did Kevyn Adams.
Can I say something?
Huh.
My opinion of trading Alex Tuch hasn't changed.
No, I think they should.
Like I saw a lot of that talk on Twitter today. I don't know if you saw it.
No, I wasn't. I didn't.
Jeremy was like really big into of a couple guys. He had some like a pull out of like would they trade him if they were like 9th in the East?
Yeah. No, I wasn't dialed in the Twitter after I left
Yeah.
work today. Yeah.
But
didn't
I
see
was
it.
looking at that and I was like, he's like trade him for futures or just keep him while you're 9th in the East and chase the playoffs. I was like, I don't know, man. Like I kind of feel like a competent organization. First off, they already would have made the decision on whether to sign him long term.
Well, yeah, that would
he would not be sitting at a 1-year contract right now.
No,
he either would be extended or traded. Which why I think he's going to either get extended or traded. I'm going to be prediction right now. I think by a month, January 16th, we'll have a resolution. I just think that's very short sighted. And if they miss the playoffs by 2 points, say, and he just walks, that's kind of an asset you can't afford to just
you needed a return on him
walk.
at least.
Yeah. And listen, I'm gonna say this too. Terrible counter is the Blue Jackets not doing that with a bunch of their UFAs, and they trade for a bunch of people and they end up beating the Lightning and all that. The Blue Jackets are really good that year. Like that was different.
Yeah.
Like
it was Yarmul.
That's what I'm saying. But that's different.
Yeah.
Like that's not a good.
No, it's not the same situation.
It's not the same situation. And also, I think like we can't have middle ground where it's like maybe you do trade him for like a prospect coming up that's already has some NHL experience that's playing well and like a first round pick. And then you go and like trade maybe 1 year prospect on that first round pick for an Alex Tuch type.
Yeah.
Right. Like I like is it so cut and dry that we can't be like, maybe they trade Tuch and they get a player that can still help them maybe make a push now and also it helps them in the future. Like I just think like it's something in the middle.
I'm with you. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Kekalainen does end up doing with the Alex Tuch situation. He made some comments as well along the lines of, and this is paraphrasing because I don't remember exactly what he said. I just remember the basis of it. Not wanting to just make the playoffs this year and then struggle for consistency thereon after. He wants to build a roster to go win the Stanley Cup. That to me sounds like trading Alex Tuch for picks.
Exactly.
Like that doesn't sound like signing Alex Tuch back to make the playoffs and chase the playoffs.
Or trading futures right now to help the team right now.
That sounds like trading Alex Tuch for picks and maybe offloading some other assets in the offseason to try and rebuild this thing and go win the Stanley Cup. That's what I'm getting.
I would get that too. And I also would say that a lot of circles are about head coach and president, whatever. Also, this too, like
I don't think Lindy's the coach in a month.
I think it's very interesting. Who does Kekalainen view as his core? Right, these are not Kekalainen players. Now, maybe like he had. Okay, we don't truly know how much influence we had over the Patriots trade, but maybe he's like, if you look at it, like Dunn, Benson, and Kesslering all due for contracts at the end of the year.
Yep,
or free agents. Like that's something you have to look at. And then what does he view Thompson, Dahlin? Like I'm kind of pro now keeping Thompson. I think he's played better and all that. McLeod's a good player. Like how does he view McLeod? A big one is the biggest question mark I have outside the test situation and outside the goaltending situation.
Okay,
is an outside Byram because I just think Byram like I don't know. I feel like Kekalainen's a guy that will just like move him. I don't know. Is what does he view own power? I think that's the number one guy I'd be interested in. I don't care about Alex. Like Alex Tuch, it's either trade him or extend him. Whatever.
Right. Owen Power is a question mark.
Owen Power is a massive question mark. If he views him as a guy that he believes in, they're gonna keep him. Obviously, no crap. But like, if he views him as a guy that's like maybe we could trade him for a player that I want in my core, because I do think Owen Power has a lot of value. I'm just keeping note of that. I think he's the player to watch.
I like that. I think it'll be interesting. I mean, to get in on a little bit, like I said, too, I think this organization is gonna look very different very soon. And it'll be interesting to see like guys like Owen Power and like I said, it sounds like they're gonna be making moves to put themselves in the best position to win the cup, not just break the playoffs. Like, and that to me screams Yarmo's gonna build his squad. But he's already had a meeting with the quote-unquote core players.
Who
were they? And he said not all of them had the letter on their chest. So who is it?
Oh, really? He said that?
Yeah. whether they have the letter or not. Like, he mentioned the letter.
Well, like probably Dome and
Darlene, right? The captain had to have been there.
had to have been there.
Thompson
has to be there.
was Tuck there.
Maybe.
Like, you don't know. We don't know who was in this closed door meeting, and he met with them before the rest of the players.
Yeah, I think it's just fascinating to see. I just think Owen Power is the one dude where it's like he's the one guy where if he gets traded, I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I wouldn't either. I don't think the fans would hate that either.
The biggest name that would get traded that I wouldn't be surprised. Tage would surprise me. Obviously, Darlene would surprise me. Tuck
trading your captain would definitely surprise.
Like Tuck and Byram. But like Owen Power would probably be the biggest guy. I'd be like, you know what? I'm not against it, but you have to ace the return.
Yeah.
I don't know. He has to build his team.
Right.
This is important to understand that these are Kevyn Adams players
and front office members, and you still have some of Ralph Kruger's coaching staff on the staff.
Yeah.
So like there might be a very big clean out.
I'll say this though. I do think the Sabres have a good front office.
Yeah, sure.
Like I think they have a good analytics department. I think they have decent enough scouting. Like he's obviously going to bring in his guys.
The one positive you've pointed out of Kevyn Adams was the drafting at times.
I just think they needed a guy like Kekalainen because I think he's a guy that's like, I'm going to stand on the limb and make this decision.
Sure.
And if you don't like it, put it all on. Like, I just think
he'll take the fire, but he'll put himself out there to take the fire.
It's like this. I'll put this in like fantasy football.
Okay.
It's my team that I'm managing. You could tell me like, oh, maybe you should go after this player, but like at the end of the day, it's my team. I'm going to make the decision. I feel like Adams, like, if you and I co-managed a team, but I was the guy that was making the decisions.
No, yeah, that would be
like, let's just say you're the number 2 and I'm the number 1 in our setup.
Okay.
But like, I want to make this trade, but you're like, I'm against it. I think Kekalainen would do it.
He would just hit the
button. Just be like, if this screws up, like, put it all on me.
Yeah, he would just hit the button and go.
Kevyn Adams probably be like,
he'd ask 5-8 different people.
He'd probably ask 5-8 different people. Your opinion would be split, and he wouldn't make a decision. Right? Like I think that's a massive difference, and I think that's what you saw. So I think Adams maybe had other opportunities to do other moves.
You've gone from a law enforcement officer to Batman in your front office.
That's a sick reference.
You've gone full vigilante at this point.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
so it's exciting. It's a change.
I'll say this right out. It makes making content about the Sabres a lot more intriguing because now it just feels like you've kind of opened Pandora's box a little bit. Where there's so much more.
We're sitting here 18 minutes in and still continuing to have
I said about
ideas.
Owen Power. Like, I don't know. Like, if Kekalainen doesn't view him as a guy, like, Kekalainen has 30 years of experience. First guy since Scotty Bowman 79 that has the Sabres have hired as the general manager that's had one of experience,
if not first.
I think there's 2 guys
in Columbus. One of, if not the first European GMs.
Not one of
is the first European GM.
Yeah. So I mean, listen, he has a track record. I think it's interesting to see Columbus's fans experience because that went a little sour at the end, but they also had a pretty good run and he made some good moves and he wasn't afraid to take some big swings.
Yeah,
and we'll see. I mean,
that's what you respect about him the most. Like, he'll admit, you've seen these Columbus things. He admits when he's missed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone expected them to sign Johnny Hockey, and all of a sudden he was signing them.
Yeah,
so right. That's a big swing.
Yeah,
so it's a more intriguing team now.
This building's going to be rocking for the next few games. I think
it's going to be
even
loud.
If they lose. Because you're going to be like, oh, what's happening here? What's going to something going to change? Is Lindy Ruff going to be on the bench?
I think it's a very exciting. What is it? 9 months until our next season. Like I think it's a very exciting because I think
this offseason is going to be cool.
Changes in the front office may happen. Changes as a coaching staff, who's the head man, the head coaching staff, and I think there's going to be a lot of player movement. I just believe that. So, yeah, very interesting.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more.
But I'm thankful that this is over because I think
it had to end.
It should have ended last year and it didn't.
Should have ended.
And it shouldn't end in the offseason.
The year before.
Yeah,
and the year before. And the year before. Like it's as soon as it started declining bad, we just didn't hit the eject button. We were just going down with the ship. It was the Titanic. So I just don't. It's such a it's a weird relief. Like, I walked into work this morning. I'm like, Kevyn Adams isn't the Sabres GM anymore. Like, this is awesome. Like, this is just such a breath of fresh air early in the morning. Like, what do we do?
And it's also, to me, it's not so much that they fired Kevyn Adams. Like, that's half the battle.
It's just they made a big change.
It's that they made a change, and it seems that we'll see if Kekalainen, is going to be a good GM for them. But like, this dude has experience.
Mhm.
This dude has a track record, has success. Like, it's all of a sudden, it just feels like the organization is like 10 times more credible
because they have a
like people around front offices in the NHL.
Well, remember when they said something about not trusting hockey guys?
They respect Yarmo.
Yeah,
they respect him. Like, probably not, and also, how quickly? Who do you think gave Kevyn Adams the boot in the GM group chat?
Oh, dude, I don't know. That was probably like in a second. Not even. Maybe it was Friday.
What do you say? Like, thanks guys for everything.
Does he even say anything?
I don't know.
I wouldn't say a word. I would just get out of there.
I don't know. I don't think he'll ever be a GM again.
No.
Maybe he'll work in a front office, but
maybe he's working in the Sabres front office. Just
let's hope not.
Low key right now.
Yeah, I don't think about that one.
But
that was a scare for a while too.
Was he going to be the president of hockey ops?
And thank God that didn't happen.
That would have been nightmare fuel. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting time at KeyBank Center. Going to see what's going to happen over the next few weeks, months, seasons. Like, we've got a lot to look forward to here, and it's finally the change that everyone had been waiting for and pounding on the door for. So we'll keep you updated on all the happenings right here on the Buffalonian podcast, where you might actually have some off-season Sabres content, which is going to be awesome because it's not just going to be the same old shenanigans of doing absolutely nothing, where we can basically go radio silent on the team from the end of the season to the start of the regular season and miss absolutely nothing. But before we dive into the Buffalo Bills, we do have to take a quick timeout. Can't forget about that, because in the last episode, we were so excited about the Bills winning, beating the Bengals, that we totally forgot to take a commercial break. But we'll be right back after this word from our sponsors really quick on the Buffalonian podcast. Welcome back to the Buffalonian podcast. Time for the Bills. What a rally from behind victory for them. I mean, 21-0 looked dire, as dire could be. Your offense was dead. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed, couldn't stop anything. And then all of a sudden they come back, rally back, 21-0, and 5 straight touchdowns later, they end up 35-31. Henderson is the real deal. I just have to say that before we dive into it.
You know, he's the favorite now to be offensive rookie of the year.
He is. I saw that today.
Crazy.
Insane jump on the rankings there.
I guess that's what happens when you have not a great quarterback class.
It's going to be
just all jumbled.
It's going to be completely off the wall, but I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening there. If he puts up more performances like that, I guess he would, but I don't know. We'll see with Henderson. Good running back, but the Bills, never a doubt. Is that where we're at this point? I'm going to be 100% honest with you. So I was sick. I was sitting here watching the game with Jake, right? My brother Jake, for listeners who might not know. And I'm sitting there, he's watching it. He's a Chargers fan, so he's pretty unbiased. So it's nice to kind of talk to him, get his opinion.
Did you hear the Chargers game on the other TV?
No, we would go back and forth during commercial breaks and stuff. Saw the end of that game. We'll get to that at the end because of the injury that occurred. But talking to him, I'm like, down 21-0. I'm like, if they score here, the defense kind of comes alive in the second half. I did talk myself into it. Then they scored 5 straight touchdowns and completely shut them down in the second half outside of that Henderson run. And I just, after the game, I was like, did I worry? I don't think I did. I think I just talked myself into thinking they're going to be able to win because of what they've done this season. The Ravens game in week 1, the Bengals game last week.
I'm sure that you're in the minority of Bills fans.
Maybe I am, but I'm not even lying to you. Like, I legitimately,
I'm not saying you are.
I didn't have a.
I did.
I was very nervous, but I wasn't ever thinking they're not going to win this game. I knew they had to, and they ended up doing it. So, I mean, what did you think? You said you were nervous and you were worried like they were going to lose. What was going through your head at 21-0 going into halftime? What did you think was going down? Was it the officiate? Were you going to complain about the officiating like Mike Vrabel did?
No. I mean, I don't know. It was very like puzzling. We thought the run defense got kind of figured out, and we're just getting gashed. May's making a lot of plays when he needs to, especially with his legs, with the 2 rushing touchdowns. And the offense, it felt like to me the 2 moments in the first half that I was like, man, this is just deflating. Was the not challenging on the 3rd and 7, and then all of a sudden they score pretty quickly after that, and then the Cooks drop.
That Cooks drop is bad
because that was a lot of momentum where it was like, all right, he catches the ball, even if he gets tackled, he's probably out the 15, 10 yard
even
line.
with his speed that had potential for a touchdown.
Sure, but like I'm like that's a red zone trip,
right?
And immediately you're like, all right, like we're in the game, like
we're back.
Juices, and the next thing you know, like 2 plays later, it's 3rd and 7. Josh for whatever reason gets a little antsy in the pocket,
and throws over Kincaid,
and Mrs. Kincaid was open, and it's like, like this ain't good.
We're in shambles. This is not good.
So I did not feel good down 21-0. 24-7 at the half. It was like, okay, like I just thought those 3 points were gonna kill them.
Yeah.
I was like, 3 possessions is a lot. I could have talked myself into it, but I was like 17 points. Let me see how the first 2 drives go. Because I was like, I might be back in if they get a touchdown and get a quick stop. What happened?
What did they do?
Touchdown, quick stop.
Continue to do so for a few drives.
And it was like, all right, 24-14. I was like, you know what? They had the ball down 10. I was like, you know what? This is a game. Like they can come. And then they came down and scored. It's like, all right, 3-point game. We're here now. This is, and they were able to make enough plays. Obviously, they gave up the big touchdown, which is a real pain.
Yeah, that was something.
Josh was vomiting on the sideline in disgust.
All that vom.
Then they came down, scored again, and then got a couple stops at the end of the game and was able to close it out. It just, I don't know. It was one of those situations where I knew what was going to happen post game of it's the Josh Allen show. And I hate being this because it's like, it's not even negative towards Josh per se, but like, I just think it's like kind of weird.
He gets all the credit.
I
agree with you.
And even when we lose, he doesn't.
Yeah, it's blamed on everybody but him.
And I love Josh. This isn't like hating on Josh.
No, because he deserves
a lot of it.
Out of the pie. I mean, he's
number 1 factor they won.
Yeah.
That is not he completely outplayed.
But the defense made some big adjustments. Trey White got a pick.
I mean, defense was big in the second half.
Yeah.
Other than the big run, which is, you can't really excuse it because they gave up a big run to give some momentum. But like,
and that was you had him stopped.
It just felt like in the second half, it was all 3 phases, right?
Ray Davis on special teams opened things up.
Ray Davis of good special teams. Wanowski. I mean, I'll say this right now. I was really nervous when the Bills punted with 3 minutes to go to Marcus Jones.
Oh, me too.
Like I was like, this dude could house a punt right now and just like pretty much. I mean, not end the game because they would have been down 3, but like that would have been.
He could get it right
been
back
a lot
to
of momentum to give up.
Would have totally sucked away what you just did.
Yeah, and they pretty much stopped him. He got like 4 yards, and they were inside the 20. I was like, all right, we're good now. Like I felt I honestly felt pretty confident in the defense. Not the first drive after the touchdown, but like the second drive when it was 3 minutes to go, and that was the May incomplete to supposed to. Like I felt actually pretty confident the defense was going to get a stop there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
like I just felt like the Patriots, for whatever reason, they only ran the ball 3 times to running backs.
And Drake May stopped using his legs.
Drake May, I felt like kind of got. You just felt like the pressure of the moment. You could see it live.
Collapsed on him a little bit.
Getting them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I felt
Matt Milano also had a hell of a game.
Milano played well. I thought McDermott had a bounce back second half. I still think he's.
Everything we said, you texted me at one point in the first half and said everything we said about him last week is just falling apart. And
all the good juju though, even like spewing. It's like I don't know. It's one of those situations where their process to the challenging just needs to be reworked.
Yeah, the guy waiting for the call from upstairs in your side, right? The guy they hired, I forget his name.
John Perry.
Waiting for John Perry to get his eyes on that. You didn't have enough time, right? Like,
I don't know. I disagree that they don't have enough time. I just think
that's what they said.
That's cap.
So we didn't get enough time to look at the play.
Bull.
Yeah,
bull.
That's what they said post game.
No, bull. I don't believe that for 2 seconds. That's not. That's what is a situation of this. Someone brought up a point like McDermott now being knee deep in the defense, does that impact him? Is he focusing too much on the next call? Whatever. Simply put as this, is that I love McDermott, and this is where I think like his control freak kind of works against him.
Mm-hmm.
Of, dude, you just gotta trust your guys.
They tell you to throw the
Like
flag.
if they tell you to throw the damn flag, throw the damn flag.
Yeah. Don't wait for it to
Don't
show up
wait
yourself
and like
then
be like
they rush to the line and snap the ball.
Don't
yeah.
like
Maybe that's probably
that
they didn't
needs
have
to
time.
change in the process. I feel like he thinks too much about that, and he just needs, they're terrible at challenge. I mean, they've been one of the worst teams in challenging since McDermott's been over. And listen, they have attempted to fix the process, right, with John Perry.
Sure, but then
it
if you're gonna just do that, you just elongate it unintentionally.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you there. It's interesting, the whole McDermott thing, just what to make of it, because he was Mike Tomlin essentially in the first half with the way he was punting, and then in the second half it just was like
the punting was not great.
Punting was not great.
I didn't have that big of an issue with the second one, to be honest.
Second one, it wasn't as jarring. The first one,
first one when it was 4th and 5 was bad.
Well,
the 4th and 8 one, I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, they were on their own. What, 40?
They were at the 41 of New England. They still probably should have won. But
I mean, I would have gone for it, but then again, that's me. That would have been me calling plays.
Yeah,
so like maybe he saw something there. I don't know.
They gave touchdowns, so I was like,
yeah, I don't know. Do you have a down 5?
I do.
All right, let's get into it. What you got?
Number 1, second half Josh would be the greatest player of all time.
Seriously,
Josh Allen second half of these games was diabolical.
December Josh or second half Josh? What are we feeling like? What's better?
Oh, the second half Josh.
Yeah,
I mean,
you take
all the
second
stats.
half Josh?
If you look at completion percentage over expected, EPA, like he's like in the far right quadrant.
Yeah,
and
alone,
no one is close to him.
Yeah,
like it's insane. I don't know what to make of it. They do need to set these games better. I mean, someone did make a point. It's like, is Josh the greatest cold weather quarterback ever? I don't know about that, but like, it was kind of like the reason why they drafted him was for these physical traits, and you see it time and time again. His ability to make plays with his legs as a passer to extend plays, or as a rusher to get first downs, designed runs. Heck, the touchdown pass to Dust. I mean, the 2-play sequence where he runs for a touchdown holding, and then he escapes the pocket and throws a freaking dart to Daddy Knox.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Daddy Knox got 2 tutties on the day.
Josh MVP. It's not dead. I would say it's still unlikely.
I don't think he's winning it. I think you can look at this team, though, and be like, yeah.
Is he making it? I think he's making it a good run, though.
He'll be the second place vote
for a second team All-Pro.
I agree with you. I think he would do that again.
Like, I think he's kind of taking it from May.
He's got a worse roster than last season, and look at what he's able to do with it.
It's not so much about the last season to this season. I just think like
he has a better case for MVP over last season.
This season,
with what he's been able to do and get this team to.
Last season, he had a way better case for MVP.
How?
What do you mean? How?
Roster's worse this year. Offensively.
I mean, that's
outside of James Cook.
Kind of debatable.
Is it?
I feel like it is.
Mac Hollins was a lot better.
Mac Hollins was fine. I mean, I don't know. I think that's a little.
I mean, you have a healthy scratch. Keon Coleman
very
can't
much
get things
similar.
right. You got Brandon Cooks, who's on.
I feel like
rental.
It's similar. No, I mean, maybe they were a little bit better. I still think their running game is better this year.
I mean, the running game, sure, but like, I don't know. I think he might have a better case.
I don't think he has a better case because Josh was better last year than he was this year. That's inarguable to me.
Well, yes, the ending result was better.
No, I'm just saying he played better last year than he has this year. That is just true. Like, like his sack numbers have tripled.
Yeah,
his interceptions have gone from 10. Well, he had 6 or 8 last year to 10. Like, I mean, he was
10 already. Yeah,
he had like the lowest percentage of negative plays ever in NFL history. He couldn't have played better. He was like a perfect quarterback. Yeah, he could have had like more stats or whatever. He couldn't have played more perfectly for the situation he was in. This year, like, yeah, the situation I think is similar. Maybe you could say a little worse.
I think that's the only
he hasn't
reason
played quite as well.
No.
So like that's where I'm like saying he had a better case last year because he was playing so well and the situation was so unsuited at times for him. Where this year it's like, all right, the situation's still similar, passing offense wise, and he's playing just a smidge worse. So that's why I think his case was better last year.
Okay.
I mean, last year they were also 10. I mean, only like they were like 13-3, and they were run away the second seed. Not run away, but they were the second seed in the AFC.
If they were to say pass. I don't think Miami in the snow just can't work because they didn't beat the Steelers last night, so they're not.
Who even
beating New
knows if
England.
Tua is playing?
And yeah, so we don't even know what's going to happen there. So I don't think they'll beat New
I
England.
just think Josh still. I think he's alive. I think it requires Matt Stafford to play a bad game come up on Thursday here.
I mean, he could. We've seen a couple down the stretch.
If Stafford plays well down the stretch, he doesn't have a chance.
Mm-hmm. But if Allen
plays well,
rolls into the playoffs big time.
Now the question that's going to remain is this: it's interesting from this perspective. Like if the Rams don't win the division to Seattle, Stafford falters. Josh wins out, but doesn't win the division. Does Drake May still win the MVP because he won the division? That would be the only thing that I would get a little intrigued by.
I don't know. I don't know if Drake May is.
He's second in odds.
I know he's second in odds, but I mean, I don't know.
We'll see.
I don't think I'd pick him.
Number 2, James Cook stealing the rushing title from Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
He's only 28 yards away from Taylor now, all of a sudden in rushing, and Taylor is just going to have, I think, a hard time maybe putting up gaudy rushing stats when he has Grandpa Rivers as his quarterback. Like, no one's going to respect the downfield shots, and I think James Cook has
they have a gauntlet of a schedule too to end the season.
Yeah, so I think James Cook has a real opportunity to win the rushing title. I think he has a real case to be named first team All-Pro. That's another reason why, again, with the Josh thing, his MVP case was better last year than this year, is because Cook has gone up like 2 levels.
Mm-hmm.
Like James Cook last year was a Pro Bowl back. This year, if he wins the rushing title, again, that doesn't help Josh. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. If he does win the rushing title, it doesn't.
But I think there's a real case for him to make first team All-Pro. I think he'll be ahead of Achane because the Dolphins, unfortunately, have sucked. Taylor, we'll see. I mean, that's kind of 50-50, even if he loses the rushing title to Cook, because you could say the talent around Taylor, especially his quarterback. And I don't know, McCaffrey, I don't know. CMC, I'm going to say this, and this is very respectful. He is a great fantasy running back. I feel like he has been a little overrated in real life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you look at all like the advanced metrics, he doesn't have explosive runs. Like the rushing rate, the rushing yards over expected, like he's really bad in.
Yeah, it's nothing fantastic.
Like he just has a bunch of volume, and I feel like if we give him
Josh Jacobs
first team All-Pro, it's like, okay, like really?
Yeah.
I don't know. So like, I think Cook maybe first team All-Pro. I think he's easily the best running back in our lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, like he's closing.
Well, who's the other one? CJ Spiller.
Shady
on the sure, but I mean,
he's closing in on Thurman. I can't remember how many yards away he's from Thurman's.
He's
season,
getting close. Yeah,
but obviously OJ's going to have the record for probably ever 2,000 yards. But
a very different time in the NFL.
Very different time. But yeah, I mean James Cook, it's remarkable, really. I mean James Cook now is over 4,000 career rushing yards, so he's averaging over 1,000 yards a season now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a guy that in his first 2 years had 4 combined rushing touchdowns. The last 2 years now, he has 16 and 10.
Mm-hmm.
So like he has 30 rushing touchdowns now. Like
it still could climb the last few weeks.
So we'll see. Like I think he's a guy that's, I think Allen has him by like 600, 700 yards. In rushing, but I don't know. I think Cook could be a guy that we'll see. But if he's here, signed 4 more years, we said this earlier in the season, but like if he plays out his contract, like I think there's a really good chance that he could get past maybe close to that 10,000 yard total. Would probably be third all time in rushing here. He's 35 touchdowns away from Thurman to be second on the rushing total, which is a while away. But when the pace he's on, like
he's been
phenomenal.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Before we get into number 3, though, we're going to take another timeout. We'll be right back with more of the Buffalonian podcast right after this. Welcome back to the Buffalonian podcast. We're partway through the Dom 5. We got through 1 and 2. Dom, take it away with number 3.
Number 3. McDermott, what happens in the first half of the games? Question mark.
Yeah, can we get a inside look?
Can we get an inside look? Like I don't understand. Like part of me understands defensively that they just don't have the talent and that they're just masters at adjusting and taking away what teams want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Like I do think it's a little lost, and I didn't realize this too in the game that like the Patriots were coming off their bye. They had 14 days to plan So yeah, of course we're gonna get a freaking reverse pass from May to Hollins, whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but it's frustrating that this team, for whatever reason, we saw it in Pittsburgh, we saw it a little bit in Cincinnati. That was mostly defense, but like the offense only scored 11 points. Like, it would be nice if we can get out to a lead and not have to play from behind. It's cool that we can play our really good football from behind, but I just don't think. Again, maybe this is gonna be an anti-take here, but like, can they do that 4 games in a row? No. I just don't believe they can do it. And they definitely can't do it. If they don't win the division, they have to play pretty much 3 straight road games in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't see them doing it. But maybe they can. I mean,
yeah,
they've done it consistently this season. So I just feel like it's not fluky or lucky per se, but it's getting the right plays in the right moments, and you hope that in the first half of these games they can get out to a better start.
Yeah, it's not. This isn't sustainable.
It's not.
Like you're not going to be able to do this long term and expect success. Like that's just not how this is going to go. But I mean, is it exciting? Sure. Do I
it's
want?
Like they save too much. It's like a runner. It's like a 400-meter runner that like coasts the first 200, picks it up from 200 to 300, and then finishes really well from the last 100.
It's like they're trying too hard to do the Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope. Like that's what this seems like. You know what I mean? Like just trying to show nothing and then all of a sudden just explode.
It's like Rocky. It's like Rocky.
Yeah.
Get your face kicked in the first couple
rounds. They're just he's not putting your hands up, leading with your head, just smack it back, getting your head hit. And then all of a sudden, you're fighting orthodox, southpaw, back and forth.
And then also in the 15th round, you get the knockout.
Yeah. Like you just beat him up from the tarmac. Like you're so I don't know. It's just, I have no idea. It's a nightmare, but it's also kind of exciting at the same time. I just don't want to watch anymore, but I just want to watch them beat the brakes off teams.
Hopefully we get this week as 10-point favorites on the road against Cleveland. But number 4, Bills wide receiver room equals Bills defensive tackle room last year. Gabe Davis gets heavily scratched.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of uproar.
Yeah.
I could see a scenario where there's a different player heavily scratched next week.
Yeah, I think they can maybe move that around and
because
play different guys.
Remember for the defensive tackles the last month, it was like, all right, Jordan Phillips got scratched.
Mm-hmm.
Then Quentin Jefferson, and then Dwayne Carter.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see if it's still Gabe Davis this week. Because to me, it's like, do they just rotate who's getting healthy scratched in that receiver room to figure out who are their best players? Because, you have the Hardman piece now. Maybe he gets, his practice started. And listen, the Bills' punt return is awful. They were 32nd in the NFL in punt return average.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're kind of average in kickoff return. They're really good against the opposing punt returns.
Yeah.
And they're obviously Sweet Baby Ray might be
an
all-pro kick returner.
Come alive, yeah.
But they've been 32nd, and I'm kind of done having Shakir out there. I just don't think he's great at it other than catching it. And it's like, if they can get Hardman back, I know he fumbled, but like, it feels like he's kind of a guy that also needs kind of a spot because it's like he could be a deep threat and he could be the returner, but he's not as good as a receiver as Cooks, but it feels like they're kind of similar. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I will just be very intrigued once he gets out of the mix, what happens with the room. But yeah,
it'll be interesting. No, you're absolutely right. That is a pretty good comparison. You forget about the defensive room from last year, defensive line room.
And then number 5, Shaq Thompson. Why? He was awful.
He totally
missed like 4 tackles. Was terrible in coverage.
Sorry, I thought you had more to that question.
No, just why?
Just why?
I mean, like how like McDermott in the first half, where I said like, dude, why'd you gotta do this to us? Have to support him.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of support we've thrown to Shaq Thompson.
I think everybody's thrown to Shaq Thompson.
Yeah, he's really disappointed.
He got blown up.
Not Bishop's best game either, but like Shaq Thompson was the worst player. On the field.
It's not about your worst game though. It's about how you bounce back from it.
I agree.
So
somebody needs to have a PowerPoint about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I just had to put that one in there because that was incredibly disappointing, especially because we're all like, "Oh, Bernard's improving." Everyone like it's like the meme of like,
right?
I'm like, do we really want him to be here? And I was like, I don't know. Like that was pretty bad. Like that was really bad.
That was really bad because we were sitting there talking about how when you have Shaq Thompson in your lineup, you have a run defense. Look at what they've been able to do, and then Henderson just absolutely obliterates them.
Stevenson ran really well too, so it's not even like the speed guy was, and then May obviously. So
yeah,
And the coverage aspect, it was just a very disappointing performance.
Milano was the standout linebacker.
Yeah, I know. I mean, same thing of Trey too, as we mentioned earlier, and Poyer should have had an interception, but that's okay.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Before we wrap things up here.
Sure.
Catch or no catch, Khalil Shakir? That's been tearing up the internet recently.
I don't know,
I'm curious
man.
to see what you think.
I guess from the rules, it's a catch because Tygo's the offense, but that looked like an interception to me.
Yeah, it looked like that ball was.
Now, you could say that was PI. I would agree that was probably PI, even though I hate the underthrown PI.
That's where I don't get the uproar with it, because they declined it because they ruled it a catch.
You could debate whether it was a catch
You
or
could
a
debate
pick.
whether it's a catch or a pick. But if the pass interference was there, if it was a pick, they were accepting it, and it was going to be at the spot of the foul.
You know who was happy it was called catch? You.
Oh, yeah, I was.
Josh Allen fantasy.
Yeah, that's right. I was like, is there something I'm missing here? Yeah. Josh Allen in fantasy football.
But,
I needed it. Need a big game from him this week.
But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. What do you think about the Coleman PI call? I didn't think that was PI.
I didn't think it was PI. It should have been holding. He had a hold of the jersey.
Okay.
Can't do that.
I guess that's fine.
You know,
I just think that was kind of like, again, I feel like both those calls were, by the textbook definition, PI.
Mm-hmm.
I would say, well, the first one I think was actually straight.
The first one's PI.
The first one was straight up PI. Like,
yeah.
I actually don't have that much problem with that. Other than I didn't think it was a catch. I thought it was an interception. But the second one, it's textbook PI. I also think it's like, did he really impact him that much? I don't know. Like,
PI.
Also, Keon, you just got to catch the damn ball. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, that was a tough catch.
You were not impeded, man.
That was a tough catch, but like, come on,
you weren't
bro.
held.
Yeah, come on, bro. You got to catch that. I mean, you had to catch that.
Grabbing hold of the jersey for me, I would say, I don't think it impeded his ability to catch the ball. That'd be more defensive holding.
Sure,
in my mind.
But the ball's in the air, so it has to be called PI.
Right,
so, like,
exactly.
I guess it's fine.
You had to pick one and go with that, so
it's fine. I think if I was a Bills fan,
take it.
If I was a Bills fan and I switched roles, I wouldn't have been upset with. The only reason I would have been upset with the first one was because it happened on the fourth down. The second one I would have been a little upset about.
Well, the fourth down one, the Shakir one, was that not just like an arm punt?
No,
you don't think so?
God, no. What?
Like, I don't know. Like, that just
why would he arm punt on 4th and short?
If it turned over, like they were in their own back into their own territory.
Well, how would you know it was? I don't know. No,
I don't know.
Drake Mays was
an arm punt.
That
like
was
that was an arm punt.
Prototypical arm punt.
I'm just saying, like they kind of shot that down there, like they didn't really, like
I'll say that too. Like I actually think that was an underrated move by McDermott.
What, throwing it deep on 4th and short?
No. Oh God, no. Except for the penalty to make it 3rd and long.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it
would have been like 4th and 3. I think they would have went.
Yeah.
So I thought that was actually an underrated move. Now it would have been really annoying if they converted either PI call they thought that could called or Hollins caught that, but like that would, to me, if that play went against the Bills, that would have been a player error.
Mm-hmm.
Like that would have been on Trey White.
Yeah.
Like McDermott made that was 100% the right decision to accept the penalty.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, why would you let them on 4th and 3 be like, all right, they're gonna go for it.
They're just gonna run. And they've been able to do
they're going to go for it, probably.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, now 3rd and 25. It's like, all right, either throw an arm punt, which he did,
Mm-hmm.
either get a PI or a contested catch, or throw it short. It's probably like 4th and maybe they get 15 yards.
Yeah, the Bills.
That's 4th and 10. They're going to.
The Bills on 3rd and 15.
Yeah.
Through a screen pass. So gotta love that.
Another reason why I didn't understand, I guess you could argue with they should have went for it. They got 7 yards, and it was like, all right, they did that because they wanted to go for it on 4th down,
mm-hmm.
but then they didn't go for it on 4th down. So I was like, all right,
yeah,
cool,
yeah,
but whatever.
I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. We're going to save the playoff machine till Friday with our betting on the Bills episode. But without further ado, that's going to wrap it up for this one. Cardiac win for the Bills, able to get it done. Can Miami beat New England in a couple of weeks? That's going to be the big question here for the Bills. But they head on to take the Browns. We'll keep you posted on any injury updates. Matt Prater not going to play. We'll get into that on Friday. Is Ray Davis going to be kicking? Is that where we're at this point?
You know how like in baseball they have a Gold Glover for like utility.
Mm-hmm. Ray Davis, running back. What's he going to play? What could he? On defense.
Kick.
What could he do on defense? What's he built for?
he's too short to be like, you know how like they sometimes have receivers go out on the Hail Marys and like
no, yeah, no
yeah,
way,
he's
no
too
way,
short for
no
that.
way,
So I don't
no
know.
way.
I don't know. I mean, again, if he was like 6'5", I'd be like, oh man, maybe he could be like a Hail Mary defender, but no.
Maybe he can replace Shaq Thompson.
Oh damn.
I don't know. We'll see. Ray Davis starting Mike linebacker. That's going to do it for this edition of the Buffalonian podcast, though. We'll get you all filled in on betting on the Bills later this week, and we'll do the playoff machine, go over some more scenarios for the Bills and who they look like they're going to match up with. We got a better look at some of these teams. The Chiefs no longer matter. They're completely out, and Patrick Mahomes tore his ACL, so that could end LCL. Yeah, LCL. So not looking great. Not looking great for Patrick Mahomes there, and that's very unfortunate for him. So separate the player from the team, folks, and the stuff, because that's not good to see anyone be going through. But that's going to do it for this edition. Once again, Dom, how do we always end these, buddy?
Go Bills, baby.
Go Bills.